Well, good morning, everyone. It's a pretty exciting day, obviously, and I need to say a few thank yous before we dive into the vision and the direction that we're about to head as an Aztec family, and the excitement that me and my family have to be here on the Mesa and to be a part of this wonderful community. First and foremost, I need to thank President De La Torre for her time and this process and sharing her vision in the university and how this is going to be a great partnership together. Her leadership is truly a difference maker, and that was felt in our time yesterday that we spent together. JD, for your diligence in this process, and from the very first conversation, the way that you cared for the young men, student athletes of the department, that was evident. And that's something that was really near and dear to my heart and to my family's for our reason why we do all of this. To Bob Moosberger, our paths crossed long ago in the MAC, and to cross paths again, to be a part of this, again, extremely grateful, and for your support in all of this, and our partnership going forward is going to be amazing. I'm really, really looking forward to it. Need to thank all the coaches that believed in me, and there's too many to mention, but Coach Dino Babers, who's from San Diego himself, and many years ago, saw something in a really young coach who didn't know a whole heck of a lot, but took me underneath his arm and stewarded me through this profession and gave me an opportunity. I wouldn't be here without him. And then again, to everyone at Kent State, Joel Nielsen, Randall Richmond, President Beverly Warren, and President Dyken there, who also were supportive of me, of our vision, and allowed me to do things the way that we felt was right, to pour into our kids while we were there, to be in front of y'all today. And also need to mention all the players. Without them, and addressing and speaking with the team this morning, I told the players it's about them. It's always going to be about them. It's about the players. And if it wasn't for the Jimmy Garoppolos, the Eric Loras, the Matty Jays, the Garrick Dieters, the Roger Lewises, Dustin Crum, and all the kids that believed. And again, there's countless many more that saw the vision that we were trying to lay out, bought into it, and ran with it, and made it their own, put their own style on it, and made the plays in between the white lines. We wouldn't be getting to know one another today. So I'm very, very grateful for them. Lastly, for my thank yous, and I apologize for being a little bit long-winded with it, but don't plan on doing this very many more times. So, my family and my parents and my sister, I need to thank them. Family is very, very important to me. It was a big part of our conversation as we moved through this, the Aztec family, and being able to intertwine my family, our extended family, with the Aztec family here, and my parents instilling in me the work ethic, the drive and desire, and the belief to say, hey, whatever it is that you want to go do that, and we support you wholeheartedly. I would not be there, would be here without them. My sister, who's an educator and is in teaching, she's an advocate of mine, and she's one of my greatest supporters, and she also doesn't know it, but she's one of the people that I lean on quite a bit because she teaches me how to teach. And that's what coaches are. We're just trying to teach some information and pass it along to our young men so that they can have success. So, Aaron, thank you for that. And lastly, I need to thank my wife, Sarah. I'm going to get a little emotional. But without your support and everything that we've been through since high school, being high school journey together, we would not be here. And you are the rock of our family. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for being my best friend. And I can't wait to start this adventure with you here. To Kira and Rory, you guys are everything to me. And I can't wait for Rory, for you to be in the facility again, playing PlayStation far too long than you should. And for Kira, for you to be running around, asking for snacks wherever they may be and stealing my Jolly Ranchers. I love you guys so much. And I can't wait to start this adventure with you guys here on the Mesa. So, with that being said, okay. Next to your guys' questions, that was the hardest part that I knew I was going to have to get through there. But again, what a tremendous time, what a tremendous opportunity here in this beautiful facility that represents the really bright future that we have at the current task and at this moment of time for Aztec football. I'm excited to be welcomed and embraced and to lead a tremendous program, a tremendous community that has rich tradition going all the way back to Eric Coryell and what he was able to do and how he revolutionized the game of football and how we throw the football today because of his influence and his impact on the game. And I'm looking forward to bringing that excitement, that brand of football where we're lighting up the scoreboard, where we're playing fast, where we're being balanced, but there is a brand and an energy to what we bring day in and day out when our community and our university and our team thinks of Aztec football, right? And also with that, right, not to be to put an emphasis on offense rather than defense, because it is about being loyal to winning and playing strategically so that we can have complementary football. And in the past 15 years, with what Coach Hoke, Coach Long have built, and at the peak ages of the Dark Side D, I challenged the young men this morning that we're going to expect them to chase excellence in all phases of their life, in the classroom, and in their athletic endeavors. And I expect us, in the same breath, if we expect that excellence in all three phases of them, I expect excellence in all three phases of our football program, that it's not just going to be offense, it's not just going to be defense, it's not just going to be special teams, but the teams that compete for championships consistently, the way that we are going to, the young men and the way in which they are going to lead their lives, the way that we are going to dominate our rivalries, and the way that we are going to dominate the league and play for CFP games and titles year in and year out. We are going to be great in all of those areas. I'm a big believer in knowing who you are, clearly defining that so we can establish the culture that we're going to chase. And it really comes down to three simple things for me and for our program, that I believe victory grows through alignment and unity, that we know who be, and we're going to do that collectively together in alignment and through strength so that we can have deep relationships that start with building up those relationships so that we have bonds that when tested will not be broken, that there will be a brotherhood, there will be a connection, and there will be a family-like atmosphere to our organization that will be able to withstand any storm that comes and all the greatnesses that are going to come, right? Because we're going to achieve great things, and we know that when great things are achieved, that great opportunities present themselves. There's also adversities that meet and mirror those opportunities. So we need to be emotionally, mentally, and physically resilient and have true grit about our program, which is, again, is embodied in the culture that has been established here by the previous coaches and players of the past, that there is a toughness, a resiliency, a physicality to the brand we want you to play. So being unified, being aligned, victory is going to grow from that. Having true grit about who we are and the way we go about our business in all and in between the white lines is going to be a mainstay of who we are. And lastly, we're going to be leaders in the community. We're going to be leaders in the university. We're going to be leaders in the conference. And we're going to be leaders in the college football space. We have an unbelievable venue. We have unbelievable opportunity to continue to innovate, to continue to grow. And so from day one to day, talking with the guys, we're going to decide to be champions in all that we do. And we're going to align our work to how we do that. And we're excited to build off this tradition, this wonderful tradition, and take it to new heights by refining it and making it our own in this Aztec fast style of play so that we can go and have a lot of fun in the process doing it. So thank you.
We're going to now open this up for questions. Any questions from the media?
Coach, could you just let us know what is the reputation of SDSU around the country and why this place of all the other opportunities that you had?
It's I think it is the best group of five job that is available. And the way that the college football world is expanding and improving, there was nowhere else that I wanted to be. As we talked about it as a family, and I talked more and more with the leadership team that was here and, weighed it out against the other opportunities that were put forth in front of us, there really was no decision to it, that this is where we wanted to be, and this is where we felt that we could achieve greatness collectively together.
Coach, you're an offensive guy, offensive play caller, but you're also the head coach. How do you balance your primary role on one side of the ball to make sure you're still fulfilling your head coaching duties across the whole team?
Yeah, to be intentional and purposeful, again, with the time and energy that I do have, right? I think all of us in whatever our chosen space is, our attention, our time, and our energy is a finite resource, right? So managing my time, being purposeful with the way that we schedule the day so that I can, be present in all the areas that I need to be, give clear direction, clear understanding, clear intention of how I want things done, and then empowering my staff to go and do it to the best of their abilities. And the same thing for the kids, right? To be able to have the people around you that you trust so that I can call plays, and then quickly pivot and do all the other things that are required within the community to generate buzz and to fill this stadium. Fans need to get their tickets now because there are not going to be tickets available very soon with the product that we're going to put on the field. And I'm excited to get rolling with it.
Coach, the places you've gone and who you learned from, whose tree do you come off of? How did you develop this philosophy? Who's had the biggest influence on your X's and O's?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of X's and O's, Coach Babers, when you look at it from a 30,000-foot level and the up-tempo style that we play, he's had a remarkable impact on it. I was very fortunate to play for Paul Chris, play for Coach Alvarez, and be around a lot of other great minds. So there's still some Badger blood that runs in me where we're still going to run A-gap power and have the balance and not just throw it all around because, again, that's the physicality that you need to have. But Coach Babers has had this singular most influence on the way that I've gone about and see the game.
Coach Lewis, speaking of that coaching tree, what did you take away being under Deion Sanders and what he brought to the table, and what are you going to do with that and bring it here?
Yeah, I mean, Coach does an unbelievable job of telling the story, right, of giving unfiltered access, and I think that's a beautiful way to tell the stories and the uniqueness of club, right? That the individuals, the people that make up the whole organization, each one of them have a unique story to tell, and Coach did an unbelievable job of showcasing that, for the university, for the team, for that young person to be able to prop them up and spotlight them. And then Coach Sanders does an unbelievable job of speaking belief into existence, right? That there's an unwavering belief in how he does things and the conviction that gave the whole team as we went forward. So those two lessons learned were invaluable from our time that we shared together, and I'm thankful for the opportunities that I had with him.
In this era where there's just unprecedented change in college football with NIL and transfer portal and things moving at the speed of light, is there potentially an advantage to being a little younger in terms of connectivity with younger players, and this landscape is so uncharted?
Yeah, a lot's been made about my age and the relatability of that, and maybe so that I can sit down and play PlayStation with the kid and, earn a commitment off of that like I've done in the past that maybe others can't, right? But I think the biggest thing is to be adaptable and to be innovative, right? And so we entered into this landscape and we entered into this space, and we're all still figuring out the best way to navigate these waters, right? So having a team around you that we already have in place within the university, but then within our building, right, to where you challenge people to think outside the box. How can we do this better than anyone else? Because right now, in a lot of areas in the NLI space and the way the portal's being utilized and everything, we're all pretty much on equal footing, right, that we started on not too long ago. And so how can we think differently than other people? Because if we just think about it the same way as them, then we're not the innovators that we are here on the Mesa to be able to attack it in a different way. So, it's more about being willing to adapt, willing to be innovative, and then being able to, as you move through the process, if you think you have a good idea, humble enough to go, okay, hey, that's really working great, or maybe we need to pivot here as we move through this in the proper space and place. But it's obviously a piece of the puzzle that is right now, and we embrace that and we welcome that so that we can put a championship product on the field.
Sean, welcome to San Diego. What PlayStation game did you play to earn that commitment?
It was just a good game of Madden.
Did you win?
I did, yes, sir. Now, Rory will run me off the sticks at this point in time now, so I might have to have Rory in the office to, I'll sub him in now.
What do you remember about that 2013 visit to San Diego, and how different do these surroundings look compared to the stadium you played that game in?
Vastly different, right? I mean, this place and space that we have right here should be the best home field advantage, the best competitive environment in all of college football. This is an intimate venue to where our alum, our fan base, the Chargers fans who are looking for a team, we're your team. Come on board and come down here so that we can make this place one of the best venues to be, and to where it's, our fans are going crazy when we're out on defense, and we can drive up the number of false starts, for the opponents, and then please be quiet while we're working so we can do our thing. But I do remember back in 2013, again, just, the quality of life, the sunshine, right, and the energy and enthusiasm, even though it was in a different venue, of, how passionate the fan base was, and again, the physical nature and the discipline that team was, that we went against. And again, those are things that, as we move forward in this beautiful home, and as we, refine the brand just a touch, right, that'll still ring true, that we're going to be disciplined, we're going to be tough, we're going to be explosive, we're going to have a whole heck of a lot of fun, scoring a lot of points, shutting people out, and playing a fun and exciting brand of football. So again, get your tickets, come on down here, and this is, exceeded all expectations. Google does not do this justice when you try and do the Google image search to seeing how wonderful this is.
Anything else for Coach before we break out? All right, thanks.